Digitizing Europe Summit of the Vodafone Institute for Society and Communications. And with me is Rajeeb Dey, founder and CEO of Enternships. Rajeeb, let me start. For startups and young tech companies, it's very difficult to find qualified young people. How could that be improved?
Sure. So I think one of the issues that startups and small companies face is that they don't have both the brand of the large corporations nor the resources or human resources kind of team members to really go out on campus and engage with talent. And so university students are exposed to the large corporations, but they're not necessarily exposed to the world of startups and SMEs. And so at Enternships.com, we really help connect these startups and small companies to talent. And so far, we've worked with over 6,000 of these companies in helping them to find the right people.
So you are connecting them, but what else do you do to improve the employability of these future generations?
So over the past few years, we've really been helping companies to find talent, but what we've been hearing from companies, both large and small, is the fact that they are still struggling to find people with the right skills. So the skills mismatch is a big issue, which is being tackled here at the conference today. And at the same time, the whole recruitment process we find to be quite a negative process, because typically thousands of people apply for the same role, one person wins and gets a job, and everyone else is left feeling as a reject, bad about themselves and bad about the employer brand. And given the fact that everyone that applies for a job is both a current customer of yours or a future customer of yours, or a future experienced hire, what we wanted to do was look at creating a new form of recruitment, which is less of a transaction where one person wins and everyone else loses, and more of a learning and development experience. And so what we're launching in January is a new way of recruitment, where companies open source their internal learning content and make it available to candidates before they even join the business. And in doing so, you can pre-train yourself for an opportunity by accessing the learning materials that comes directly from the employers. And it provides an employer-led solution to the skills mismatch, because the employers are the best suited to actually know where the gaps are, what they need, and they often have at their disposal learning and development content. So what we're doing is, by connecting this learning and development content to the job opportunities from the outset, enable people to make the right choice in the jobs that they find and to be better prepared for those jobs.
And in those overall process, what role do the ICT skills have?
I think ICT skills are crucial. I think a vast majority of our clients are digital and tech companies. And if we look at the kind of the skills mismatch, it's most prevalent in the digital space. So the European Commission statistic of 900,000 unfilled jobs by 2020 is predicted, unless we do something about it. And I think new jobs are being created all the time within this sector. In the startup space, for example, we're seeing new job titles such as growth hackers or big data kind of analysts and scientists. There's emerging kind of needs, but there isn't necessarily a degree that will prepare you for that job. And so we need to look at the whole preparedness for the world of work slightly differently and use a more employer-led solution to tackling this issue.
And you mentioned the skills mismatch. So where exactly are the roots for that? What causes this?
I think part of it is the fact that the nature of work is changing rapidly, and it's hard for the education system to keep up. So there's an old statistic from the US, which is that the top 10 in-demand jobs in 2010 didn't exist 6 years before that. So in that short period of time, all these new types of jobs have been created, and it's just simply not possible for the education system to create new courses or degrees quick enough to really best prepare the talent entering the world of work. And so part of it is driven by the technological advances, and so we do, as I mentioned, need to look at more of a real-time skills development system and look at how we can augment the traditional education system with online learning and in a more employer-led solution to tackling the mismatch.
I see. So finally, if you had one wish free on bringing up Europe up to speed in terms of the digital revolution, what would that be?
I suppose my one wish would be for companies to take more ownership over the talent agenda. What we're saying to companies is to out-teach their competition. They can't rest on their own brand to bring the very best people to their company. They need to do something about it and nurture the future talent. And by open sourcing their learning content, letting people learn from them, not only do they better prepare their future workforce, they can leave everybody better off, irrespective of securing a job with them or not. So whilst they might hire 100 people, they can help 100,000 people who can access their learning content, be better skilled and leave in a better place than before they applied for the role.
Rajeeb Dey, thank you very much.
Thank you.